watched him when he was 6 months. See, I was on ESPN then, too. That's starting to make me feel a little old.
Yeah, that was 14 years ago.
Yeah. At least he's only 20, so that sounds all right.
Now, if George Foreman said that, then you would have had a problem.
I'd be really upset.
Whoa. Combination from Judah, followed by a left.
Now, Zacchaeus
from Judah that is unnecessary.
Wow, that's hand speed.
Count at 9.
Put him up. Put him up.
Only 10 seconds to go in the round. And I thought I heard a bell, but I guess not. And Villarreal is down at the bell.
Coming into this fight, and if that's not tough enough, taking this fight on 1 week's notice, so you have to wonder about his condition if this fight starts to go down into those rounds where that can be tested. And as you said, most of his fights for Henry have been in his home island of Barbados. 15-0 there, 4-10 when not fighting on that island.
Chris Henry coming out swinging, landed a couple of left hooks and a straight right hand to open up this first round.
Rodriguez has been inactive until this year. One fight in 2002, one fight 2003, only one fight in 2004. This is his third fight this year. Much more active.
It's important. He says he was struggling to stay busy. Now he's with veteran manager Stan Hoffman. And he has a lot of confidence about the course of his career with the team that's around him now. Young man Delvin Rodriguez loves to play the guitar, sings Latin country music, and now finds himself on the seat of his pants halfway through this first round. He is shaky, Teddy.
And there's a lot of time left, and his legs are not connecting with the upper part of his body, his head. He is not there right now.
Let's see if Chris Henry can finish him off here. Still a minute 22 left. Delvin Rodriguez looks very shaky.
Henry wants to show that he can do it in other places other than just Barbados.
Oh! But a left hand comes in from Delvin Rodriguez, and all of a sudden Henry hits the canvas, and Rodriguez, Teddy, is still not steady, even though he scored that knockdown.
Guess what? An interesting fight. Henry 4 times, so the hope is always there, even for a hurt Rodriguez.
What an interesting first 2 minutes here between Henry and Rodriguez as they trade knockdowns to start off this fight. Right hand, left hand, and for the second time, Henry is down.
The right hand doing the damage for Rodriguez. The left hook for Henry was the one that did the damage the other way around.
Still 30 seconds to go here in what has been an amazing first round. Rodriguez, straight right hands, strafing attack upstairs. Now Henry trying to wrap up, as he does. The veteran trying to get through these last 10 seconds of this first round. Now Rodriguez in control of himself.
Rodriguez
trying to place a right hand.
Toying with that jab and looking just for.
Good luck if we get there. CompuBox punch stats from round number 1. Rodriguez 29 out of 90, including those 2 knockdowns scored. 3 knockdowns they combined for in that first round. Uppercut now, and Henry's trying to hold on again. Straight right hand, and he goes down for the 3rd time.
Not the best set of whiskers displayed by Henry, who going into this fight, as I said in the first round, has been down and out 4 times.
Josh Clottey took him out in July of 2004. Body shot and then a left hook upstairs, and this fight is over. What a turnaround for
rounds for the IBA Super Heavyweight Championship.
Okay, guys, you know, we gave you instructions last night. I just want you to obey my instructions at all times. When I say break,
let's take a look at the
now,
rules as governed by the state of Idaho for tonight's first bout. No 3 knockdown rule, no 35-1 with 26 knockouts. Last fought on December the 6th in Atlantic City. A 4-round decision against Doug Phillips. Harry Ho-Chunk Hammer Funmaker. Well, he is 9-9, and How did he get his nickname, Al?
Well, he is a blackjack dealer at Ho Chunk Casino, which is one of the nice casinos in Wisconsin. There you see the knockout ratio, and being a more potent knockout puncher. This is not exactly an ad for Nutrisystem, is it?
No, a combined 628 pounds are sashaying around this 21-foot by 21-foot ring. And what would you...
He cannot get lax or careless, and there's a bad cut over the right eye
Exchange, Teddy.
of Citron.
Are they Kenny Bayless is bringing him right over to Dr. Margaret Goodman. That cut was caused by a punch.
Okay.
And it just started spurting blood.
Well, it's difficult enough stepping up in class the way Citron is in this spot with an experienced guy like Margarito who's been there before. Now add to the equation that he's cut championship experience and smartness. He's not getting careless. He respects Citron. He knows that he has power. He knows his opponent.
Body shot with the right and then goes to the side of the head with the same hand. Now he digs to the body with the left and tries to put a combination together with Citron against the ropes.
And right now, Margarito doing it in a very workmanlike fashion. He's doing it with technique, and he's doing it with amounts of punches, which we expected. Put them together. Put Citron down.
Antonio Margarito just swarms him here in the fourth round. And Herman Citron is down on the canvas with still over a minute to go here in round number 4.
Citron's going to need now that power. And he's going to need a little recklessness from Margarito to turn this fight around.
The champ comes flying in. Citron hanging on. Down to the canvas again. Being scored a knockdown.
You know, you got to fight it with Margarito, 11 years pro experience. Citron, 4.5. It's showing.
There's no 3 knockdown rule. Unified rules, world title on the line. There's a right hand by Citron. Maybe his only hope at this point, but he needs to survive these last 30 seconds.
That is a real problem now, because with the lack of experience, when you're fighting like Citron, and you know that you have the power advantage, and that's what you depend on, and that hasn't worked. And that's all you have. You have nothing to fall back on. No experience at this level to say, I can pull myself through. Tough spot right now. To get a chance to recover, to get his bearings, get his head together, or if it continues, it might be a guy breaking down, a young guy panicking in this kind of fight.
He is not steady on his feet, and now he's on a knee.
No,
he hasn't been steady for a...
Ready for this tonight, helping, and his corner, they helped him.
He's breaking down in...
Fight to the end.
Tonight, Gaddy takes on Joe Hutchinson of Indianapolis. Sure, he hasn't lost a fight, but the quality of his competition in his professional career is not very good. In fact, we saw Hutchinson here on Friday Night Fights in October of '99. He dispatched of Steve Walker in the 3rd round. Hutchinson's last 5 opponents have a winning percentage of only 22%. So how does a guy named Little Joe go about beating Thunder Arturo Gatti?
My plan is to box.
Wouldn't you try to just get after that cut any way you can? I mean, Hutchinson's a lefty. Pop that jab out. Just aim for that cut. Well, Arturo Gatti has had a Rocky-like career in the respect that he's always been in these wars. Cut, bloody, down.
There's a couple things that Gatti has against him. The punches he's taken in those tough fights, and the weight that he's taken off to come down from such a high weight, 180 pounds, 175 pounds from all the reports, to come down to now 147 pounds. That can really end by Hutchinson blocking, but he has to punch in between. Otherwise, he'll just be a good loser.
Well, Hutchinson has never lost. 18 wins, 2 draws. He was the smaller guy before the weigh-in, and even a smaller guy when they stepped in the ring. Hutchinson weighed in at just shy of 142 pounds. Gatti just made the 147.
Half of the fights that Hutchinson has had.
By referee Michael Griffin. They went to the corner for the doctor to look at it, and the doctor allowed Lou Duva to work on the cut, which, Teddy, as far as I know, you're not allowed to do that, to have the guy work on the cut when the doctor's looking at it.
No, you're not. Most places you're definitely not. Can't blame Lou Duva. He felt that he could get away with it. He's doing anything he can as a great corner man to help his fighter. He can get away with it. He figures, hey, why not? Of course, Lou Duva from Duva Boxing has a show next week. Lou was telling us September 15th at JFK High School in Paterson. Back to the roots.
Be saved by the bell in the final round.
Hutchinson, even though he's going to help his career here tonight by going the distance with Gatti, he's going to feel, I think, after this, that he could have done more and maybe even won the fight. Maybe kick himself a little.
Well, a questionable low blow against Hutchinson and a questionable knockdown could be huge factors.
Le gagnant par décision unanime, Arturo Honda.
Now, no surprise, Gatti won a decision, surprised by the scores. And remember, that cut on the left eye, they let it go when it was ruled it was from a punch and not a clash of heads.
Here's the replay, Teddy.
Again, Joe, when you're a fighter that's fought the kind of tough fights Oliveira has fought and taken the punishment that he's taken, there is an effect after that. As you can see, a right hand, first a clean one on the front of the head, on the chin, and then a glancing one behind the head. And that's the one you can see right there where Oliveira bent.
Knockouts, 11 first-round knockouts for Martinez, but 10 of those 11 came in his first 10 pro bouts. Teddy, he was as hot a prospect as you will find.
Hot prospect. He was 15 years old when he turned pro. He lied to the Texas Commission. 2 fights went by before they found out he lied, and then they made him wait to resume his career until he was 17 years old after he was 2-0. He was a whiz kid. He was supposed to be tremendous, and obviously now he's got a chance to make up for what he's been disappointing in his pro career.
Martinez says, oh, down he goes. And Martinez tried to throw a left, and Forrest caught him with the counter.
The beginning's so important for Steve Martinez. Obviously, this is a guy that you wonder about his confidence, and now all of a sudden he's been down.
Down again.
As we said earlier, Vernon Forrest, an explosive talent.
Martinez is saying he hurt his right ankle on the first knockdown.
And he's acting like he did. He's limping around.
Let's go, Bob.
Well,
but he can't do anything about it now except fight. He's getting caught that left hook there.
Forrest just teeing off.
Forrest is keeping good range here. He's not smothering himself. You can see. He's getting full extension on his punches, and that's why it stopped.
Hi, everybody. Personally, as it was Floyd Patterson, who was also trained by Customato, who held that record as he went into the ring that night.
And it meant something to the boxing fans, too, particularly those who were watching the heavyweight division, had not seen a unified champion, and this was in the Unification Championship for the HBO had put together, and is basically on his way because he's got a tremendous wellspring of fan interest and knockouts. At this point, he is all but 2 fights have been within the distance, and he's destroyed his opponents.
So we go back right now, November 22nd, 1986. Mike Tyson challenging for the heavyweight championship of the world against Trevor Berbick.
So now the moment of truth is not far off. This will be the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World. And look at young Mike Tyson, age 20 years old. He could go into the record books tonight as one of the very youngest heavyweight champions of all time.
Both of you. Now listen, if you get in close and I tell you to break, you stop punching and step back clean. Any question from the challenger or chief second? Any question from the champion or chief second? All right, let's get it on. Come on.
All right, and with the words of Mills Lane, we're ready. I don't know about you folks, but here at the Hilton Hotel, there is electricity in the crowd. I've got goosebumps. On the line, the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World. Trevor Berbick will try to stop Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson has trained his whole life for this. Look at him, Tyson to the right of your screen, Berbick in the corner to your left. We're just about ready for round one, and let's watch how quick Tyson will jump on Trevor Berbick. His whole life has been for this night, but Trevor wants to prove that he's one of the great champions. Let's see how long his reign lasts. Mike Tyson kind of feeling him out here, but he goes with that right-hand lead right away. You get the idea now that Berbick is showing a little false bravado here. Standing toe-to-toe is not the way. If he doesn't pump that jab in the face, Tyson will come right through him. Tyson with the left, bounces it off the forehead of Trevor. Trevor tries to work underneath. Tyson did. Bone crusher Smith. Straight jab by Mike Tyson. 20 years old, Mike Tyson on his way to becoming one of the youngest heavyweight champions of all time. Bangs the body. Wow, with that uppercut is Tyson. Catches him with a right left hook, and he goes down. He goes down. He should be able to get up from this. His legs may be shut. They are. As Trevor Berbick falls back in the rope. I don't know if he's going to be able to continue. He's got the heart, but his body won't let him do what his mind wants to. And he's counted out. It'll be scored as a knockout. Mills Lane counted him out to 10. It's all over. We've got a brand new heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson. Well, Trevor Berbick was brave in the early going of round one. And from about the midway point in round one, he couldn't do anything. There's Jimmy Jacobs in the end. Jose Torres there in the ring with Mike as well. Former light heavyweight champion of the world. Trevor is disappointed, can't believe what's happened. Watch the finishing blow. Crushing right hand. Wow with a left hook, then a right hand right in the temporal bone, and he's in trouble here. He reels backwards. That's the very first knockdown of the fight, and he's able to get it. He misses that uppercut, but notice it's all Tyson. Berbick doing nothing offensively, and he crashes down. Mills Lane sends him to the corner, and look at the courage. Again, his mind and heart want to get up, but his body won't allow him to. His legs are rubberized. Look at him. Mills Lane continues the count.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Donald Trump's Trump Plaza Hotel Casino here on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Let's get ready to rumble! It's the battle of the ages. 12 rounds of boxing for the heavyweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white trunks and weighing in at an official weight of 257 pounds. This 1968 Olympic gold medal champion won the heavyweight title in 1973. After a 10-year hiatus, he returned to the ring in 1987, and since then his record has been a perfect 24-0 with 23 KOs. His career record as a professional, 69 victories, 65 KOs, only 2 defeats. 56 of these KOs have come in 4 rounds or less, and he's considered by most experts to be the most devastating puncher in heavyweight history. From Houston, Texas, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger and former heavyweight champion of the world, Big John And his opponent, in the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with multicolored trim, weighed in at an even 208 pounds. He's a member of America's greatest Olympic boxing team, the class of '84. He won a bronze medal that year, and he was the first of that great squad to win a world title as a professional. In only his 12th professional bout, he became the cruiserweight champion. And he is now, in boxing history, the only titleist from that division to step up to the heavyweights and capture that crown also. His overall record as a professional is 25-0, with 21 KOs. More than half of his KO victories have been in 4 rounds or less, and not one heavyweight opponent has made it to the final bell. And for the last 5 years, he's knocked out every opponent he has faced. From Atlanta, Georgia, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the undisputed, undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, the real deal, Evander Holyfield.
You see where the trunks are? Okay. Look, all the way. That's all right. I know where the belly button is. Anything over there? I know where the belly button is. Okay, gentlemen. You both received your pre-fight instructions in your dressing rooms. I expect a clean break at all times. Good luck to both of you. Let's touch gloves.
And we are ready to begin round 1. George Foreman with new life. A chance to regain the heavyweight title after 18 years. And Holyfield, the undisputed cruiserweight champion, now the undisputed heavyweight champion. This long-awaited bout as George lounges casually over in his corner, waiting the bell to begin round 1, scheduled for 12. Here we go.
I noticed that both men are pretty dry. They didn't really warm up that much. They're not sweating yet. I don't know if that'll have any effect.
Foreman looks so imposing. He looks so much bigger than Holyfield. Holyfield's doing what he said he would do. Move laterally, make George throw punches, wear George down. He felt if he could get George past the 34th round, he could wear him down. And Foreman, with his cross defense, would like nothing better than to trap Holyfield and put him away.
I don't think Big George has thrown a punch yet. He's conserving his energy. He's sticking out the jab, but he's a little bit short with it.
Holyfield moving and jabbing. He wants to be a target, but an elusive target.
When George puts the cross-arm defense up, Evander goes underneath it to the body, which is a good tactic early in the fight, because of course the whole game plan for Evander Holyfield is to wear George Foreman down.
Holyfield moving very well, scoring with punches. George trying to deflect the punches. George has been able to trap people against the ropes and put them away.
George reached her with a couple of stiff jabs then for the first time. Crowd got excited. Evander comes back with a left-right. Left hook to the body as well.
Holyfield moving, hitting, and he's hitting hard. George is absorbing a couple of good shots here in the first round.
Another left hook by Evander Holyfield.
1 minute to go in round 1.
Good jab by Holyfield, square in George Foreman's face.
George tries to launch that right hand. The right hand that has put some people in bye-bye land. Back comes Holyfield. Whoa, combination from the champion.
George caught a little bit of that right hand, but it was basically in back of the head, and I don't think Evander really was hurt by it. But George certainly is bringing that right hand now, and the pace is beginning to pick up.
20 seconds remaining in round 1. Holyfield very busy, moving, hitting, slipping and sliding. Ten seconds remaining in round 1.
Good left hook by Holyfield in close there. Sent a spray of sweat flying.
That's what you want to see
Round 2, scheduled for 12. I guess we can safely say Holyfield won that first round with his moving and hitting and combinations. George threw very few punches. He tried to launch a right hand.
Oh, good right by Holyfield.
Very good right.
I'd say so far, Evander is following the game plan perfectly. He has received a few stiff jabs and a few clubbing rights, but he's out-punching George approximately 3 or 4 to 1.
He is doubling the left hand, body and head. George is trying to look unperturbed, but he's definitely bothered at this point.
Well, he's certainly not grinning. He's got a very serious look on his face, and he's already received a few sharp punches, nothing devastating, and George misses with a hook to the body, then lands one a little bit below the waist and gets a warning from Rudy Battle.
Holyfield continues to punch away, moving, punching, keeping to the game plan. George with a left hook and a right hand.
I think they were both partially blocked, Dick. Evander got his hands up in time.
Second round action. Holyfield's first defense of the undisputed heavyweight title.
Watch the hands, watch your hands.
Holyfield working away with the left hand, staying out of reach, countering with the right.
Holyfield countered very nicely with the right hand, overhand right.
All of the good, clean punches so far have been landed by Evander Holyfield. He's doing exactly what he wanted to do, and George really hasn't been able to unleash any of his big bombs. Not any that landed, anyway.
1 minute remaining in round 2. George lands a left. Holyfield on the ropes.
George clipped Evander with the left, tried to follow up. A clubbing overhand right. The crowd is very excited. Good left by George. The best rally so far by George Foreman.
Foreman going after Holyfield. He stung him with a left hand moments ago.
The crisis seems to have passed. Holyfield still has some bounce in his legs, but a few more right hands like that might take it out. Another right hand, but it was a glancing blow, I think.
10 seconds remaining in round 2 as Holyfield fights back.
George steps. Nice right hand, but Holyfield countered well.
Big George Foreman came back in round 2, and the left hand is what did it for him. George Foreman continues to Nigel.
There it was, the nice straight left to the face and a left uppercut. That were the punches that started the rally by George Foreman.
Round 3. Again, let's take a look here. There's the left glancing blow. Round 3. Foreman picked up the pace a little bit. Holyfield comes out firing. Left-right combination. George with an uppercut.
George
tried to hammer that right hand.
Yeah, that looping overhand right, George has to throw that right hand a little straighter if he expects to connect with it.
That's George's trademark, that overhand right.
Right now, Evander Holyfield's a little bit too sharp to get tagged by that, and George just missed again.
Jabs from Holyfield. Foreman trying to cut off the ring, trying to trap Holyfield. Holyfield has to move out of there. He has to continue moving laterally, back and forth. There's a left from Foreman. Every time Foreman hits, the crowd cheers. Obviously, the crowd very much in favor of George Foreman.
And I think it's safe to say that Evander Holyfield has felt the power of George Foreman, at least to a small degree.
Originally, it was said that Holyfield would never make a heavyweight. He was too small, but he has become very powerful and very skilled, and he has conducted himself well as a heavyweight, winning the undisputed title. But here is Foreman at 257, trying to regain a title he held 18 years ago.
If we look back in history, Dick, many of our great heavyweight champions were what would be considered small today. Joe Louis, Jack Dempsey, certainly Rocky Marciano. And I think if Evander Holyfield loses tonight, it won't be because he's too small. It'll be because George is a better fighter.
Watch your hands in there. Watch your hands.
George is continuing to press here, but he's not having the success he had last round and early this round. And he's running into quite a few counters as he comes in.
Well, it's thought, Nigel, that if it goes past 4 rounds, Foreman could be in some trouble.
Well, his arms do seem to be getting a little heavy.
Oh, that combination. Staggered. Holyfield has staggered Foreman. He's got him going with 10 seconds left in round 3.
Evander's landed about 4 consecutive combinations to the head. And George certainly is reeling and rocking in there, but he's fighting back. The last punch was a good left hook by Evander.
Hi, I'm John Scherer, CEO and founder of Video Professor. I'm the guy that gives away the...
Seems to be some smoke in the arena that's causing a little disturbance in the crowd. I can't quite make out what it is, but I think it might be a smoke bomb, some joker.
We understand it's a smoke bomb. We just hope that no one panics. Round 4.
This fight's too good for anybody to care about the smoke bomb. I think this place could be burning down and people will stay here and watch the fight.
How do you have your scorecard at this point, Nigel?
I've got the first and last round for Evander, with the second being even.
The 4th round, some feel, is the limit for Foreman. You know, Foreman doesn't train very hard. His training is not all that intensive because he has been used to ending things quickly in his comeback.
Yes, well, only Everett Bigfoot Martin went the distance with George in the comeback, and everybody else has gone bye-bye. Holyfield with a good left hook as they come together. George seems to have absorbed those punches in the previous round rather well, Dick.
He did. Surprisingly well.
He took several flush shots, and here he is still marching forward. And the first real clinch of the fight is initiated by Evander Holyfield.
Holyfield is definitely sticking to the game plan of moving, hitting, trying to tire George out. He wants George to throw more punches, and George likes to throw. And he said, for every 1 punch George throws, I will throw 3 or 4.
Well, of course, it's an old cliche in boxing. A left hook below the belt, which Battle didn't seem to see, and then came upstairs with a left hook to Evander's head.
George Foreman is now breathing harder. Well, here he comes. He's after Holyfield.
George is putting together a rally here. Some clubbing rights to the head. Evander Holyfield is obviously bothered.